Hey Strummies, Strumbeat Strings here, hoping you are well wherever you are. And just want to do a little talk today. I know it's been a little while since I've spoken on YouTube, but I'm here with a big enough topic to post up here, especially since the topic I'm about to talk about, I know a lot of musicians, big and small, famous or not famous, they go through this all the time, especially like musicians like myself, and that's why I'm going to talk about it. So, here we go. On the topic of self-confidence and self-comparison. I don't know which one to talk about first, but it doesn't really matter. I'm going to cover them well here in this video. As a brony musician, I've been a brony musician since 2012, basically the time I became a brony, and February 2012, in fact. And yeah, I just wanted to have fun making up songs about my favorite characters, and that's all I wanted to do when it came to this fandom. And besides watch the show and enjoy other people's art and music, it's this making music of my own, um, inspired by the show and its characters. That's what I want to do the most still, and it's my favorite thing to do. It's just that my problem, ever since the beginning of my career here, is self-confidence, or one of the two biggest problems. It's self-confidence. Um, I've never been one of those guys that work on my music every day. Even non-roading music, I don't work on it every day. I'm just a lot of my habits show that I'm so afraid of failure, even though I fail anyway. I'm so afraid of failure that I just don't even try sometimes. And I don't I don't even pick up a guitar sometimes. I mean, I've covered this in my um, Strumming to the Beat of Life panel a few times. And I bring that up because I'm guilty of going against my own advice in that panel. So here we go. Sometimes I let my instruments gather dust. Sometimes I let my gear just sit there and not be opened or played with or anything of that nature. I just let them sit. I let them collect dust because some days I'm just too afraid to just even work on my music because I always think it's gonna suck. I always think it's gonna be horrible, or probably worst of all, I'm so worried that nobody in the world is gonna like it. And at that point I think, yeah, what's the point? Let's just do something else. And I do something else. Um there have been good bits of confidence though. You know, releasing a lot of stuff on SoundCloud, performing 11 conventions now, as of a couple Fridays ago at Vancouver 2022, which was my first virtual concert. That went better than I thought. But despite little bursts and waves of self-confidence and putting myself out there or facing my fears and just recording songs, performing songs, most of the time, most of the year, I get scared out of my mind. My self-confidence is an absolute zero, if not less than zero. I just can't be consistent with my confidence, and mainly because of the musician I tend to think I am, and that is a bad one. Uh, I think that's going to be one of my goals for 2022. Just just rebuild my self-confidence as a brony musician. It was there. It was there a few times, and I got to ask myself, why can't I do it again, or why can't I have it again? I've done it before. What's stopping me again? Um, there's a lot of answers to that actually. Some of the answers I don't want to get into too much detail. But some of the things about that I will share is, and they're gonna sound like excuses, and in ways they are. I shouldn't be making these excuses, but I have a full-time job, and it zaps a lot of my energy out. There are other things I want to do first whenever I get home, and unfortunately, for now, most of those things don't have to do with music, and I just whenever I do think about working on my brony music, I just don't know where to start, and I need to be better at that too. Overall, I just need to be better at being more confident and being more willing to work on whatever I need to work on. And I guess that's a Brody New Year's resolution of mine for this year, just work up the self-confidence again. Now let me get into my second big issue here as a Brony musician, and it's perhaps the biggest reason why I lack self-confidence and self-esteem as a Brony musician. And I've been wanting to talk more about this in the open with everybody, and that is my self-comparison to all other Brony musicians. You see, I have a lot of Brony musician friends, naturally because I'm part of the Brony musician community. But more than I ever should, I self-compare to them. I self-compare myself to every single Brony musician that exists. And I always, always, always paint myself inferior to everybody. The exact words in my head go as, I'm never going to be cool as this person. I'm not going to be creative as this other guy. I'm not going to be as awesome live as this girl or guy or whoever. Or all those musicians at that con. Oh my gosh. No wonder I got rejected. These guys are so much better. This is another thing I've been fighting my whole Brony musician career, and I just hope with the will inside of me and a rebuilding of my self-confidence, and probably just ending as much self-negative talk as possible, I can finally end this whole bout and end this whole war with self-comparison. And I feel like I've always lost that war, and I lose it over and over and over again. So with this, I kind of have an announcement for my 2022 plans. And that is work on my self-confidence and self-comparing first. Before I post more music, before I apply to more conventions to perform at, I really, really have to work on myself. Because I figured the formula to my success now, the formula to be at the best place I could ever be in my Brony music career, I have to work on those two things the most. And I can't really tell you exactly how that process is going to go, but I know for sure that those two things need to be worked on, and they have to be worked on in a way where it's all organic and natural and makes me happy. Because let me tell you, Strummies, I haven't been happy. As a Brony musician, I haven't been happy for a good couple years now. Specifically around the pandemic time started. And when the pandemic started and you know, we had all this time to ourselves, or we had all this time at home, and I hardly put stuff out. I mean, pretty much the only thing I put out during the whole peak of the pandemic was Twilight Sparkle's Royal Jeopardy, my little Jeopardy reinterpretation for ponies, as you will. That's it. I could have released more stuff. I mean, yeah. I mean, I also released Dio Starlight Glimmer, but that was the only. Yeah, those were the only two songs I released the past couple of years. So that should tell you how confident I've been as a brony musician. So, as of today, January 18th, 2022, I will not apply to any more conventions. I will not plan on any performances until further notice, until I get my confidence back, and until I either stop comparing myself to other musicians, or like at least minimizing that act. Because both of those things, not having confidence and comparing myself to others, they're toxic. They're toxic to my own career. And they've been a problem ever since I started doing this 10 years ago. So that has to be worked on. And therefore, along with just putting my own releases and future plans on hiatus because of my issues, you might as well say that I need to work on my mental health as well. Sure, there are musicians out there, without the best mental health, but they still get stuff done and they still get stuff put out there. I admire that. Me, my mental health is, I'm going to say, bad enough that I feel like I've really put a hold to my own career because I let it be this way, and I you know I let myself think this way about myself, if that makes sense. So that's the best I can do. And not only am I saying this for myself, I'm also saying this for anyone out there who is struggling with the same thing. They've been doing music for years and years and years, yet they have, you or we haven't been, we are not at the place that we want to be at because of these little issues that we have to work out. We're not as successful as we want to be because of the little issues that we need to work out. All that and everything in between. How about, you and I, or us, we need to work on that. We need to work on, being kinder to ourselves, be proud of what we have, be proud of what we worked on, be proud of what we contributed, and be proud of who we are, no matter if we're worse or better or not. Comparing ourselves to other musicians, we got to stop doing that. And I've been told many times, and I even told myself, that self-comparison is a thief of joy. It really is. It really is. And it's a big issue that I need to work on. And I'm not going to get any better as a brony musician if I'm not going to work on these things in my head. I can want. I can dream all I want. Work these little problems, and if I don't work my issues out in my head, then how can I get better? I need to get better at being better too, that kind of thing. So whoever out there is struggling with the same thing, I hope things work out for you as well. I hope, you know, we get over our self-confidence issues. I hope that we get over our self-comparison issues, and hopefully sooner than later, and when the time's right, of course not rushed, we get back into what we loved to do. We get back into loving what we do. I let this trait of mine take over my career. I've let my poor mental health take over my career, and it's time to change. It's time for me and probably you to change the way we think about ourselves. And I wish you luck on your journey, and doesn't matter if you wish me luck or not. We'll see what happens with me. I just hope the best for everybody that's going through this kind of thing. We jump out of the funk sooner than later. Yeah. Anything necessary to help ourselves. All right, I've gone long enough. I hope this announcement slash rant makes sense. And I want to close this video by saying that I really thank each and every one of you that supported me through the years, whether it's just last month or the past 10 years. Thank you so much. And once I do get out of my funk, and once I am ready to be more outgoing and more active as a musician again, um, I'll let you know, and ahead of time I will thank you for the support. All right, Strummies, thank you for watching. If you've made it this far into the video, I really appreciate it, and I really am glad that I have some good listeners out there. I know my fan base is very small, but I know it's very loyal, and it's very kind, and it's very caring to not only me, but to other fans of mine as well. So thank you so much. Hopefully I can talk to you again soon. I can be more active on all my platforms. We'll just see how it goes. But like I said, like I've been saying, I need to work on my self-confidence and reduce my self-comparing. Those two need the most work, and I will work on them. All right, once more, thank you for watching, thank you for listening, and remember, everyone, just keep on going, be strong as you can be. Stay strong and strum along.